Hello, this is Mike, and today I'm going to review this book, Archetypes of Eberron. This book is in the DM's Guild, and it says Archetypes of Eberron, 31 new subclasses for the Eberron Campaign Setting. As you know, I'm a big fan of this setting, and you can see I just made a review about the Eberronicon, which is a book with a summary of everything Eberron, and it points you where to find it. And this book was that project was led by Laura Hisbronner, and this book is also designed by Laura Hisbronner and Imogen Jingle. I don't know. I hope I'm not butchering your name there. Sorry. Where can I start? I just have a couple of. I went through this book a couple of times, and one of the things that I really like is have a bunch of original art that is really nice. Well, starting with the cover. And then the layout and everything else looks really really nice. But let's start. Okay, so what is in this book? So the title says there is a bunch of archetypes specifically for Eberron. I'm going to talk about some of them, but the book has archetypes for all classes, and each one of these starts with a little story-like passage that is really cool to get you in the Eberron mood. But okay, let's start with the archetypes first. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but like some of them, I would say the ones that catch my eye the most, my favorites, and. But you should buy this book and check it out because all the archetypes are really cool. It's just that I like some better than others, and also everybody is different. Everybody has their preferences, so I'm pretty sure that you'll find something there that you'll like, and I bet there is more than one archetype. Like I read this book and I was like, oh, I wish I have more time to try at least half of this book archetypes, but sadly I don't. But I will try some of them anyways, because they're really cool concepts, especially some of concepts that were in the previous editions that I really like. I will talk about that. When I get there. First, this is Artificer archetype, the Crystal Shaper. It's sort of a Scion archetype because it's an artificer that works with psi crystals, and they give them a bunch of different benefits when they store their emotions in there. But also, they have an augmentation effect that just as power, and when you get to higher levels you get to summon Nostra Construct, this little cutie here. Also it's really fun. I guess will be really fun to play with something like that. Then let's see. This the other archetype for the Artificer is Disruptor. It's sort of a let's say like some sort of a bomberman. I think they have some sort of what do you call it, like discs. It's here. Oh, look, more. I think it's more original art. One of the things I think it will be great for this and every book in DM's Guild is that besides having the credits for your artist in the credits page, they should have just a little, line there telling you who made each of the images, because it's easier to find them that way in case someone wants to hire them, and also because I don't know, what if someone just makes a print screen or something to post it on the internet, well, they will have their credits there and they will be easy to find. Okay, yes, it's the blast discs. And they have, you know, sort of, each one have a different effect. Yeah, that looks like also cool. A cool concept. And then we have another archetype, the Warweaver. I think it's more combat oriented. Have a little list of spells here. It has blast protection from good and evil. And in the end, Circle of Power, Holy Weapon. Let's continue. Oh, and it comes with a bunch of Artificer infusions. You should check them out. Okay, this one is another concept that I really like. It's the primer pads to make your barbarian more animalistic. It works really good with the shifter concept. It mentioned that there are some werewolves that use this path, I think. And but in the end, all barbarians can use it, I guess. And then we have the path of the Rage Mage. Yeah, it lets you use some magic, well, raging, I guess. Okay, and then we have the Bard archetypes, starting with the College of Revelation, connects you to the Plane of Madness, Soriat, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but which is also the Plane of Revelations, and well, give you a bunch of mind-related abilities. Looks like a cool concept too. Okay, and then we have the College of Spies. That's one of I really like this concept because there were a bunch of prestige classes before about this. And you know, spies and counter spying. And spying is one of the things of Eberron, one of the characteristics. So before that, there were prestige classes like the Dark Lanterns of Brilliant, and this fits the concept here that you can be that, you know, spy for the Dark Lanterns or other organizations. It really fits the setting. Well, then we have cleric archetypes. And then you have the exorcism domain, which also fits really good with Eberron, where there's been, you know, demons and possessions and, you know, undead, and also the dreaming dark. So with this archetype, you could play an exorcist of the Silver Flame and fight the natural forces. But let's continue. Okay, then we have the Druid archetypes, starting with the Circle of Civilization, with which is a concept that fits really good, especially if you are playing a city like, well, everybody knows Charn, City of Towers, and it will give you some, you know, city specific powers. For example, you can use your wild shape to use the, instead of changing to animal, you use the disguise self spell and other powers as you go. Also, it will give you a really great control of city and mobility on the city. And when you get to higher levels, you can. This is really fun. I think it will be really cool in the game. When you get to higher levels, you can animate an edifice, animate a building. Make a huge construct out of a house or whatever other building. It's a really cool concept. Okay, fighter archetypes. We have the combat medic. I think this was like a, you know, must to have in an army. It's you know, a fighter with some healing abilities. And the marshal, you know, to control the battlefield and the troops. I think it's probably one of the concepts that comes from prestige classes from the 3.5. This was from I think the miniatures handbook. Then the monk archetypes, monk traditions. Well, as I said, I'm not going to talk about each one of them. They're going to be for you to discover when you buy the book, which I really recommend. We have here the paladin archetypes out of the Bone Knight. So this, I think this go like some sort of captains or something for Karanat armies. You may not know, but like Karanat have just undead soldiers, and they have a special undead for that. There are not your common mindless undead, but way better. So that's a really cool concept, or cool art. And then we have another concept here, the Out of the Kell Knight. That's another concept that goes with the Daughters of Sorakel, who are the leaders of Drum, the country, the kingdom of monsters, led by these sisters, hag sisters, really powerful hags. And I guess you can play as a knight for them. It's another really cool concept. I really like all the Monster Nation thing, and this gives you some abilities to, get more monster-like in some sense, and others to have, some power over the creatures of the drum, I guess. Yes. Okay, let's go with Ranger archetypes. Okay, this one was one of my favorite concepts from 3.5 or 3.0. I don't remember. No, 3.5. Okay. So then we have the Ranger archetypes, and we have first here one of my favorite concepts of 3.5, but I think it didn't work back then because of how the prestige class was made. The rules didn't make much sense in the end. Wasn't that useful, but here this version, I think it's useful and it's cool. It's the Extreme Explorer, and it includes this mechanic, Fortune Favors the Bold, that give you some fortune points to get you through some really cool stunts. And this replaces what used to be the action points from the original 3.5 campaign setting. Rogue archetypes, Pine Sniper. So then we have Soul Knife. I guess this one is different from the one from the Unearthed Arcana. Cool. I guess it has the same, the psionic blades and stuff. Interesting concept to play too. Blood Magus. I remember this also in 3.5. The sorcerer that uses blood to cast spells. It has a blood elemental. Again, this would be really fun to have in the game. Let's continue. Cataclysm Mage. Warlock, the Elemental. I like this concept. Warlock draws powers by binding an elemental, because binding elementals is also integral part of Eberron. That's how their technology works. One of the cool things too is that, like, for level 1 you can change any spell with the acid, cold, fire or lightning to your element. So you all could have probably instead of a acid arrow, fire arrow, instead of burning hands, cold hands, and so on. The ability in level 6 to ignore your enemy's resistance to your element. I really like this one. It's probably one of my top favorites from this book. Okay, then there's other archetypes here for the Warlock, like the hidden one. Probably one of It could be a powerful dragon, or the Lord of Dust, or some other, you know, obscure creature. Okay, and then we have the Soulborn, which draws power from a mighty spirit of a lone dead warrior. That's for a good concept, like, you know, role-playing wise, to put in your background. And then we came to Wizard archetypes. Cult of Alienist. That goes really cool with the Eberron concept too, you know. Okay, and finally, one of cool archetype that I would like to try. It's School of Living Spells, which are wizards to study these effects, the living spells, which are, you know, spells that came alive during the day of the morning in the Mournland, and you give you you can use your living cantrip familiar to a bunch of different effects, like it can practically eat magic, and also it can well, absorb spells that are targeting you, and then you can use it to imbue. You can imbue spells on it for it to become a, you know, different spell, a living spell familiar, and it comes here with some examples and some rules on how to make them with different spells. The examples are Living Burning Hands, Living Lightning Bolt, Living Cloud Kill, and I think in the higher levels also you can use this ability Imprison Living Spell to put Living Spell capturing in a Kyber Dragon Shard for different effects. It's a little like a Pokeball, I guess. And well, that's it for today. This is a really cool book with lots of different concepts. Pretty nice art. So I recommend you to get it in the DM's Guild. I'm going to put the link down in the description. And well, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. We'll be uploading more videos soon. Keep those dice rolling, and well, goodbye. Okay, then we have the exorcism.